Hey everybody, welcome back. This episode is going to be about cholesterol. I found an interesting tweet thread from username Clemenza, so be sure and go give them a follow. I do not take any credit for any of this. This was just something I found. I thought it was really interesting, and I thought it'd be fun to share it with you and give this some exposure. So let's get into it. You have been lied to about cholesterol. Let me tell you why. For 60 years, the science, quote unquote, led you astray by naming cholesterol and saturated fat for the increase in heart disease. Here's the issue. Cholesterol is a life-giving molecule, the most important one. So why do you think a molecule you need to live is in fact killing you? By the end of this thread, you will be able to answer what is cholesterol, why you need it to survive, where the lipid hypothesis went wrong, how you can fix insulin resistance, and why Big Pharma does not want you to know the truth. Let's dig in. 1. Cholesterol is a life-giving molecule. The waxy, white-yellow fat has many responsibilities in the body, and to many people's surprise, most of the cholesterol used in the body is self-generating, 80%, and the rest is ingested via diet. The body makes it for survival. The vast roles of cholesterol are serving as an antioxidant, supporting membrane function, allowing intake of vitamin A, D, E, and K, and acting as a raw material for steroid hormones. It plays a huge role in immune health and overall vitality. Cholesterol, fat in the body, is interesting. It is not water-soluble, so it does not transport through the body without help from lipoproteins. Lipoproteins carry cholesterol and other fats to their home in the body in a function called the lipid metabolism. The lipid metabolism is your body using fat to perform the roles mentioned above. Lipoproteins are basically like a bus to move fats like cholesterol. Cholesterol is like passengers with jobs to do at different stops within the body. This bus is constantly moving in your body. Lipoproteins, the bus, appear in 4 sizes based on density. High density, low density, very low, and intermediate. Some of these buses are meant to pick up passengers and others are meant to drop them off. Modern science tells us that cholesterol is mostly carried by HDL and LDL. HDL is considered good cholesterol, and it leaves the liver as an empty bus looking to pick up extra cholesterol in the blood. We call this process reverse cholesterol transport. LDL, on the other hand, has been mislabeled the bad guy, but it is an important transporter of energy and nutrients into the bloodstream to the cell. LDL carries the cholesterol to the cells to report for duty. The misconception around LDL is nuanced. Atherosclerosis and heart disease are caused by plaque buildup, and within that plaque, doctors find LDL particles. So that's where we get the, oh no, so LDL is the problem, but not quite. LDL alone cannot cause heart disease. Insulin resistance makes the walls of the artery stickier, which in turn ends up trapping these LDL molecules sent to help repair cells in the body. When we think of it this way, we see LDL is more of a victim to insulin resistance. LDL is really the fireman coming to the rescue, but we end up blaming him for the fire because he was at the scene of the fire. The conventional science around good and bad cholesterol truly oversimplifies the story without talking about the issue. I use the example of LDL being a fire truck without even discussing what is causing the fire. This is what we call modern science. The confusing part is we have been told to find ways to reduce cholesterol when it very clearly plays a critical role in our body. If we did not have LDL, we wouldn't be able to procreate. It alone cannot be the cause. In fact, low levels of cholesterol have been linked to all sorts of terrible things for you. Alzheimer's, depression, memory loss, type 2 diabetes. A recent NIH study showed elderly people with high cholesterol had better memories compared to ones with lower levels. Crazy. So what gives? 2 studies and a president's heart attack distorted our perception around fat and cholesterol under the name the Lipid Hypothesis, emphasis on hypothesis. The lipid hypothesis was formed after Eisenhower, a lifelong smoker, suffered a heart attack in office. Ansel Keys formed the idea that saturated fat was to blame through his 7-country study, though I think in the last episode we saw that it was 6 countries. The fear of heart disease had the country in panic, and Keys had results. Keys traveled to 22 different countries and cherry-picked 7 to support his claim that fat was bad for your health. The science stuck, and he convinced the U.S. to create their dietary guidelines off this data, cherry-picked, completely manipulated data in the 80s. And since then, we are more unhealthy than ever. So if not fat, then who do we blame? The answer is insulin resistance driven by consuming high amounts of refined sugar and seed oils, among other factors. Currently, 88% of the American population is metabolically unhealthy, and most of us have insulin resistance. Statins and Big Pharma. Statins are drugs prescribed to people with high risk of heart attack. However, there is negligible data supporting reducing LDL itself reduces heart disease, and the $20 billion statin industry thrives off steering you away from fixing metabolic issues. The key is to address the root cause by focusing on fixing metabolic dysfunction via proper diet and exercise. Get sleep, walk after meals, eat high fat, low carb, eliminate seed oils and refined sugar, and limit your carb and fat intake simultaneously. Devices such as CGM or continuous glucose monitors can be extremely useful in monitoring blood glucose spikes. Blood glucose spikes cause some of the insulin resistance that causes the body to become more susceptible to plaque buildup over time. So what nutrient-dense foods have you been wrongfully avoiding because they have cholesterol in them? Eggs, steak, cheese, whole milk, organ meat, bone marrow. Replace seed oils and sugars with these, and you will be a superhuman. Well, I don't know about that, but you'll certainly be a lot healthier. Tracking cholesterol is tricky and should be done through the consultation of a doctor. And more importantly, fix the root causes that allow your system to malfunction by turning a supermolecule into something that builds up in your arteries. So, in summary, cholesterol is a supermolecule is in charge of sex hormones, cell membrane function, and immune support. Insulin resistance makes LDL stick to arteries. Eating mostly fat and low carbs offers a solution to insulin resistance. Anyways, that's going to conclude this video. If you like this video and type of content I'm making, consider giving this video a like and maybe subscribing. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.